Hello, Matthew Williams here, bringing you a quick video to talk about a number of things. Reg Presley's funeral, so let's write that down. Person of interest, and before I forget, a movie which I'll tell you about called Red Lights. And I probably mentioned it to you before, but I watched it again the other night, and it's absolutely fucking superb. So I'm going to give you a few things. I went to Reg Presley's funeral. This is Reg Presley here, Mr. Reg Presley, lead singer of the Trogs, lovely gentleman, and this was at the Basingstoke Crematorium, and it was service to celebrate the life of Reginald Morris Ball, otherwise known as Reg Presley. He was a builder for many years, and then he started his band, the Trogs, and he basically did very well, got on top of the pops, #1s, all sorts of stuff. The band did really well, and there were a number of pop stars were there. At his funeral. I didn't get chatting to most of them because I thought, well, you know, leave them to it. But amongst some of them I saw was Noddy Holder, you know, so he was there, and there were a couple of others. I could recognise one guy. He had sort of curly hair. And I thought I've seen him somewhere before, but anyway, I didn't get around to asking who he was. But I know he was somebody famous. You can just tell. Anyway, so. Yeah, there was music by Sting, not in person. I don't know if Sting was actually there. I didn't see him, but he only lives down the road. You know, he lives near Stonehenge, Sting. But his music was there. Fields of Gold, believe it or not. There we are, Fields of Gold, talking about the fields of barley and the wonderful fields of barley and wheat and crop circles, which Reg loved. You know, there were memories of Reg read out, and Love Is All Around was played. His grandson Guy read out a poem called Empty Chair, and you know, it was all very, very sweet. And I got to find out a little bit about how Reg got together with Brenda, which I never knew, his wife, and they were married, I think they said about 50 years Reg was married to Brenda, which is absolutely amazing. You know, they had a really good marriage, and they loved each other during that time. And to be honest, I've met a lot of people in my time, and I've met a lot of families, and I've got to say, you know, when you went to Reg's house, Karen, his daughter, Jay, his son, Brenda, his wife, and Reg himself, lovely people, great fun to be around, very welcoming, you know, make you food, give you drinks, and, you know, always look after you, and, you know, just really, really nice family and really nice people. And it's a terrible shame that Reg has passed away at, you know, quite an early age, 71 really. You know, he could have had a few more years in there, but that's a pretty good age, some people would say. But also, you know, too young, you know, too young. And, you know, I saw Karen, who I hadn't seen for years, his daughter, and Jay and Brenda, and, you know, Karen didn't recognise me because I had my dark glasses on, my hat on, and I was all like, you know, and I said, "Hello, Karen." She went, "Hello." And I said, "You don't recognise me, do you?" And she went, "No." And I went, "Da-da!" I pulled it all off, and she went, "Oh my God, how the hell are you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm okay. How are you?" And she said, "Well, you know, under the circumstances." But bless her, you know, bless her, and Jay, you know. But Brenda recognised me straight away. She got me straight away. She said, "Oh, Matt, bloody hell." So we had a great time chatting, you know, and catching up on what's been going on, and you know, where they've been, what they've been doing, and you know, then there was the wake afterwards, which was very sweet. Colin Andrews sent a very nice message for the service. Colin Andrews sent a really, really nice message for Reg and the family, because Colin couldn't be there because he lives in Connecticut now in the United States. And if you remember Circle Makers TV show, Colin was trapped by snow. He's absolutely trapped in, and there's airplanes are stuck in the airports and can't get out, and vehicles are finding it very hard to drive. You know, his vehicle is actually piled under a snow drifter, I think, at the moment. And anyway, he sent a message across, which was read out, which was very, very sweet, and touched a lot of people who were there, along with you know, Guy, his grandson, and many of the other messages which were given there, all very sweet. And There were a lot of people there. The place was packed out. People were standing outside. We had to listen on the speaker system outside because I let the family and close friends go in. You know, I knew Reg, you know, for a few years, and I hadn't seen him for a few years. And I let everyone who knew Reg a lot better go in. And then, you know, people like myself, we stood outside and we just had to listen on the speaker system. And, you know, you could see what was going on in through the doors, and you could see through the windows. So we got to see everything. And then, you know, we went back and went to one of Reg's favourite pub called I think it's called the Hare and Hounds, and it's near Andover. It's to the north slightly of Andover. I'll tell you where it is now. It was one of his favourite pubs, so if you want to go and visit it, called the Hare and Hounds, Charlton Down, Andover, SP11 0JA, Oscar Juliet Alpha, and that used to be one of his favourite places for a meal and a drink. And you know, everyone who was there, you know, well known in the pub. So, you know, they put on a good spread of snacks, and you know, the family were very kind and were giving free drinks, which were like, you know, it's all on the tab. And I said by the end of it, I'd had a few Coca-Colas, so I said. I think it's time I start paying for them now because it's getting a bit late. So, so I started paying for them because it was getting a little bit late. So yes, and then came home and spoke to Colin and said that his words were very well received. So I've got some stuff from the day which I'm going to send across to Colin, and which will help him, you know, sort of, you know, get a flavour and feel for what was going on during the day. There was a lot of media there. I haven't seen the footage, which if it's been on the BBC, there's probably stuff on the BBC and ITV talking about the funeral. I haven't even looked yet, but it's probably on there. You might spot me in there somewhere. Dark glasses and a hat on with Sea Shepherd on the front, black coat, Sea Shepherd written on the side. But I didn't really want to get my face on camera, so I was basically going a bit incognito, but you can tell they're very curious with their fucking big long range lenses trying to fucking take photos of everybody. But I'm, you know, it's like this, fuck off, you know, didn't want to be seen, thank you very much. So but you might spot me, I don't know, let's go and have a look in a bit. Anyway, so that aside, sorry Brenda and Karen and Jay that, you know, this has happened, but Reg will not be forgotten, and as they said, he lives on in here, and he lives on in here, and he's out there too, you know, looking after people, watching out for us all, I'm sure. So he'll now know the truth about the crop circles, about UFOs, aliens, and everything. He knows it all now, and he's up there with Cassie, and she's probably going, oi, get him to give me some treats, and he's probably like, who the fuck are you? Right, I'm not answering that because that's an unknown number, so I don't answer unknown numbers. Don't answer unknown numbers. Bye bye. So yes. So movies to watch. Watch Red Lights. It's got Sigourney Weaver and it's got Robert De Niro. Watch it. And the reason I say watch it is because when you watch it all, when you watch the whole movie through, you learn a lot about why things aren't quite the way they appear, to do with the paranormal and strange things. And there's a very interesting message right at the very end of the film, yeah, about what is really going on out there. What is really going on out there, yeah, and how things and perceptions can be misinterpreted. Goes very interesting with the crop circle subject because there is real stuff going on out there, but as I've been trying to tell people, it's not how a lot of people think it's going on. And also, there's an absolutely superb series called Person of Interest. Person of Interest, right? It's on Sky. It's running at series 1 at the moment. I don't know if they're up to series 2, but I've been watching it on a friend's Sky, and you know, very, very good, very good, very good. And maybe there's a bit of truth in it. Maybe, yeah. They certainly have a lot of these types of systems out there, but whether they're as fully automatic as they say in this series, not sure. Echelon, if you want to learn a bit more about it, look up the Echelon dictionary system. Echelon Dictionary and Men Hill, right? And look up a thing called the UK-US Agreement of 1950. Google it, UK-US Agreement, or US-UK Agreement of 1950. Look that up, right? And it's how Britain spies on America, and America spies on Britain, and America gives its spy information back to Britain, and Britain gives America's spy information back to the USA, because it's illegal to spy using military to spy on the UK public from Britain's point of view. So they get the Americans to do it for the British, and they get the British to do it for the Americans. So they share the information, so they're not breaking each other's laws. Yeah, so they spy on each other under this UK-US agreement. Go and look it up. See if I'm bullshitting you. See if I'm talking out of my arse, right? Because I'm not. So it makes it kind of funny when they say like people like Gary McKinnon are not allowed to be hacking, and Matt Bevan's not allowed to be hacking, Coogie's not allowed to be hacking, when they fucking spy on each other for fucking fun. Yeah? So, you know, it's all right for them to do it and break the law. It's all right for them to break the law, right? As long as they're breaking the law in each other's countries. But it's not okay for you or me to break the fucking law. It's all right for them to fucking arm fucking criminals, right? And it's all right for them to give fucking arms to foreign powers, so they'll go and fucking fight each other, and then we can go in and fucking drop big bombs on all of them, right? Because that's good for business. But it's not okay for me to do that. I can't sell weapons. I can't sell weapons to foreign powers. But David Cameron can, and so can his fucking crony buddies. And so was Margaret Thatcher, and so was Mark Thatcher. All fucking arms dealers. They're all fucking arms dealers. They're all fucking wankers and fucking hypocrites. And you know what? The whole lot of them can go and sit on this. In fact, they can sit on this. In fact, they can sit on this. As far as I'm fucking concerned. What a bunch of knobs. So anyway, thanks for watching. Go and do some research. Watch Person of Interest. Very interesting. And check out the UK column with Brian Gerrish. They've now got a weekly show, which, check it out, it's called the UK, that's Uniform Kilo, column, UK column. It's a newspaper. Check it out, right? They're based in Portsmouth, I believe. Is it Portsmouth? Plymouth. Plymouth, they're based in Plymouth. Right, they play it off the top of my head. Nice people. Sometimes a bit misaligned, mismaligned and all this, yeah, but check out their stuff because they've now got a fucking show which is on par with what you're getting with Alex Jones, but from a British perspective, with British people who don't go, I fucking tell you fucking what, I fucking tell you fucking what, and we will fucking get them and they're going to kill us and we're going to get them and we're going to arm ourselves up. Right, you don't get that with the UK column. You get very, very sensible, down to earth, calm, collected facts, figures, and very interesting news stories which you might want to have a look at. So check out the UK column. So thanks for watching. Goodbye.